There's no rule that guide where you stitch, as I said earlier, but make sure you are not too close to the zipper curve. So guys, now I have the zipper attached to the front panel. Then I will be attaching the flap as well. Before attaching the flap, I will have to change my presser foot to zipper foot. So this is a zipper foot I will be using because of the shape. You can see what I have. So this might not work properly when attaching the zipper. So guys, now I have my zipper foot installed and I will proceed in attaching the flap. Don't forget the open side will be at the edge of the zipper like so, and the edges here have to align together with the waistline. Then if you overlock the edges of your flap, make sure you stitch at the back of the overlocking so that this is going to be inside the zipper. It will not be showing on the right side. So here is the notch point. I've transferred the point on my flap. So make sure you do this so that you will know the exact point to stop. I have it here. So this is the metal. So this is where I will be stopping. So guys, now I've attached the three pieces together, the flap, the zipper and the front panel, and this is what I have when I open it up. Can you see? So this is what will protect the zipper. So with this flap, when we open the zipper and close it, it will not hold the flesh together. So this flap will protect the flesh. So that is the essence of adding this. So when you are making trousers, it is ideal you apply a fly zipper. So a concealed zipper is not ideal and an open zipper is not ideal if your zipper is going to be at the center front. But if you are having your zipper by the side, you don't need to use a fly zipper. You can make use of a concealed zipper or an open zipper. Also, you can attach an invisible zipper only if your zipper is going to fall by the side. So the next step is to top stitch. I will open it up like so. So don't forget, this is the way I stitched. I open the flap and I opened the zipper. After opening, I have something like this. Then I will be stitching on the edge, which is called a top stitch. So now this foot will not work for this side, so I have to change this to the left hand side because it comes in pair. Now I have my zipper foot installed and I'm ready to top stitch. So guys, this is what I have after top stitching. You can see the zipper is laying flat on the flap now. Now this is going to be the arrangement. The double flap will be under, while the single flap will be at the top. Like this. Okay, so now that I have it properly arranged, I will take this to my ironing board and I will give it a press. So guys, now I have this ironed and this is what I have. As you can see, this is looking more appealing. So the next step is to attach the single flap to the zipper. As you can see, the single flap is not together with the zipper. So I will be attaching this by flipping this over like so. So please pay a closer attention at this point. I flip only the trousers, not together with the flap. Here is a flap. So with this, I will be able to hold the single flap and only the zipper together like this. Can you see what I have? So I will push this aside, the double flap. I will push it aside, and I will turn this to the wrong side like this. So don't forget, what we are trying to do is to attach the single flap to the zipper. Okay, so I will hold it like so. So in order to put the double flap in place, I will pin it together like this. So I have this. Now I'm pinning the zipper and the single flap together. Okay. Excuse me. So now I will be stitching on the zipper. I flip it to the wrong side purposely because of the zipper coil, so that I will be able to see the exact point where the zipper coil is. So when you are stitching, make sure you do not stitch on the zipper coil. So I will just stitch close to the zipper coil. There's no rule that guide this as well, but make sure you are a little bit closer to the zipper coil, but not too close. And make sure you position your zipper very well. Make sure it is not bent. Make sure it is straight. You can see what I have. Make sure the two legs of the zipper at the lower part are aligned properly. You can see what I have. And I will proceed in stitching. While you are stitching, make sure you check what you have underneath. Make sure you are not stitching any other piece apart from the zipper and the single flap. Now I can release the double flap. I've removed the pin and it will cover up like this. So let me open this up so that you can have the effect. You can see the effect of what I just did. Can you see? So now the zipper is attached together with the single flap and the double flap. So guys, now that I have this done, the next step is to cover up the zipper. So this has to cover up this. Don't forget, what we have here is a single flap. So the single flap side will cover up the zipper. You can see what I have. So in order to achieve this properly, I will open this up and I will fuse this part of my trousers. You can see what I have. So the little space I have here, I will fuse it. I will cut a little piece of fusible interfacing and I will fuse this side, so that by the time I cover this up like so, by the time I cover it up, so this will not be squeezing. So the fusible interfacing will help this to stay firm. It will stabilize the fabric. So for this reason, I will take this to my ironing board and I will fuse this side. So guys, now I've fused the side I told you I will be fusing, which is here. So this is what I have here. So this will support the fabric we have left by this side. Okay, so the next step is to cover up the zipper. So when I hold this now, the fusible interfacing inside will help the fabric to stay firm. So I will hold it a little, then cover it up like so. But I will give you a clue. Before you cover it up, make sure you confirm the measurement you have on your waist area. Don't forget, when I started cutting this, I told you I have 9.5 here and 9.5 here. So 9.5 plus 9.5, that is 19 inches. And because I've used half of an inch on each panel, that is -1. So on the waistline, I must have up to 18 inches. So you can see what I have here. So I took this measurement before I folded this to cover up. If you know you have more than what you are expected to have, you can actually cover up with this. You just fold it more then use it to cover up. Okay, but if you follow this step properly, you don't need to have any excess. So I will cover this up like so. You can see what I'm having. While I cover this up, I will be stitching on the other side of the zipper coil. You can see the shape I have here. On the other side here, I will be stitching like so. So I think with this you will understand that curvy shape that usually be on the zipper. So that curve is going like this, then it will cross like this. So firstly, I will hold this together at the upper part so that it will not shift. And make sure when you are covering this, make sure you cover up the seam you have here. You can see this seam, make sure it is properly covered. So now I have this properly secured. And because this is a female pant, you don't have to use much of wideness for this curve. But if you are constructing for male, that is when you can have up to 1.5 to 2 inches. But for female, 1 inch is enough. And also, whatever you are using, you must not exceed the edges of your zipper. Okay, you must not exceed the edges. Then you have to pay a closer attention to this side. Make sure it is not squeezed. So that is the notch point. So you have to spread this as much as you can while you are applying these stitches. So this is topping before the zipper coil. So this is the zipper coil. This is where the zipper coil is. That is where the zipper stops. You can see that as fall inside. So don't take it downward below that metal. So it has to be above the metal. So I'll curve it. Then I'll stop exactly here. You can see the shape I have. So make sure you have a perfect shape. So guys, now it's time to run these stitches. As I said, so these stitches is not for decoration. It is not a decorative stitches. This is to hold the two pieces we have here together. That is the front panel and the single flap. It will hold the three pieces together. So this and this. So when I'm running these stitches, the double flap is not going to be included. I will push this backward. So but before I do this, I will make sure I work on the lower parts. So that is the part I told you have to pay attention to. So make sure you do not have any squeeze part around there. So I'm holding this with my pin so that it will not get shifted. So you can see what I have here. This place is smooth. So don't forget, I told you this is not going to be included. If you add this, the zipper will be permanently closed. So guys, now I'm ready to stitch, and I will stitch all the way. When I get to this point, I will curve it. Also remember to flip this aside. That is a double flap. So guys, now I'm done stitching, and this is what I have after stitching. You can see how neat it looks. You can see it's really looking beautiful. So this is the inside. So the last step is to close the edges of the flap. You can see the double flap is not together with this because we don't want the zipper to close permanently. But at the lower part, we have to hold the two together like so. So firstly, what I will do is, I flip this to the other side, but at this time I will take it back to cover up the single flap, and I will hold it like so. Then I will come back to this curved side and I will stitch again. So you can see what I have. So I will take this forward and backward a little. Okay, so now I can remove my trousers. So with what I have here, you will notice this is now together with this. So if I want it more close, I will hold the two together again and I'll come to this side. This time around, zipper is not included, just the two flaps. So I'll hold it together and I'll take this forward a little before the zipper. So guys, the zipper is ready. This is our fly zipper. If I open this up, I will have the flap underneath, so this will protect the skin. So you can see what I have. And also make sure you did not trim this off until when you are ready to attach the band, so that you don't get your zipper removed. And on the wrong side, this is what I have. So you can see the lower part is closed, but the upper part is opened. Okay, so I want to share this with you guys. On the crotch area, run your stitches twice, so this will protect the seam we have on the crotch, so that the seam will not rip off, purposely because this is a bespoke tailoring. You have to pay attention to details as much as possible. So guys, we've come to the end of this video. Thank you for watching this tutorial to the end, and let's meet in the next video where I will be dishing out another valuable content from my wealth of knowledge. But till then, always do remember, there is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs.